Hey guys, welcome back to another Swift Programming Logic tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be explaining how to use extensions. So extensions can be really useful for cleaning up your code or just creating better functions so that they look a lot cleaner in your code. So I'll just save this in my YouTube folder, and I'm going to show you guys how to use extensions. So first of all, the best way I like to use extensions is if you're using a table view, but I'm not going to do that because then I have to set up the entire table. But the basic idea is you extend the view controller and then you just add the UI table view, table view delegate and data source. And then inside of here you just do all your protocol subs and things like that, but we're not getting into that now. Another way I like to use extensions is for functions. So let's say we have a normal func, and this is going to be a function return random number. Actually, we'll just call it random number, and this will return an int, and we will just return a random number. Return int dot random. In range I can just do 0. We'll just do 1000. So let's say this isn't really a good example because we aren't really doing anything. What I can do is create a better function. I'll create add 10 and we'll create a number here and we'll output a number here. So what I'll do is add 10 to the number. Alright, this is a good example. So what we can do here is if we create a let number, and we can just leave this as 0, then we create let new number, and we can make this add 10 number. So this will return 10. And now I'm going to explain how to use extensions to make this a lot easier, since you might not want to do it like this, you might want to do it as, let me show you. So we're going to have to create an extension of a int, and then we can create a mutating func. Actually, we don't even need to create a mutating func, it can just be a normal func since we want to create a new number. Func add 10, and since we are in the extension we don't actually need to do anything since we can just use self. We're going to return an int. What we can do is we're going to do self is basically the same as this number as we are in this extension. So what we can do is we can return self plus 10, of course. And now if we want to do that, we can just create new number equals number dot add 10, and this just adds 10. So you can do this with lots of types of arrays, and you can also just do it with any type of array. So if you want to create an array extension array where element, and this is just the kind of like, so an element is like if an array is a string array, so let string array, and this is the kind of array where it's just full of strings, then the element would be strings. If it was an int array, int, then the elements will all be ints. And if you just don't want to know what the type of element is, then you can just do elements equal to element. But I'm going to use string arrays since it's just easier. And what I can do is I'm going to create a function here where it loops through the array and it will just remove any string. Actually no, I'll use int since it'll be easier, so I don't have to create a whole new string protocol exception. So what I'm going to do is any number which is below 5, I'm going to remove it. So to do this, all we do is we create a mutating func, remove under 10, and it's not going to return anything because it's just going to change the existing in. And what we're going to do is we are just going to create a loop variable, and we're just going to loop through self.count. Well, I is not equal to self.count. We need to check here if self I is small. Oh, I said 5. Alright, we'll just do 5. If self I is underneath 5, self dot move at I, else I. So what I'm going to do is create a few numbers now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I can just do int array dot remove under 5, and now let's print the int array. Alright. Oh, it's a let. We need to change that to a var. And now let's run this and see how this works. So this should remove all numbers apart from 6, 7, and 8, and that's what it should print. And oh yeah, because it's not under 5, so it will leave 5 as well. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that's how you use extensions in Swift. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye.